Hey guys, V here. Might be new to some of these channels. Uh, Not for every single one of them. I'm gonna start in a little bit. I'm probably gonna run something from a couple days ago and continue the live stream after I finish my breakfast. I also need to find some water from somewhere. I know that I tend to lose my voice. Get something running on the screen, some sort of browser from somewhere. See, I do have a starting soon here. Do have a browser. Oh, you know what? I can also add a scene for start. Let's see. Deck here for XSplit. Browser. Browse. Oh, I can't read this. It's blank. To start. No, not a punch sound. Keep this text white. I wish I could do a multi-action, toggle all of them, but I have to find a way to do that later. Let's see how it works. Browser, oh, awesome. Alright, so we'll get a browser running here and let's get a stream from some time ago while we warm up. And also, let me put the message in what we're doing. Okay. Tubians. Alright, so I did live stream for the new year. Let's go with yesterday's stream for a little bit. I think that one went well. Pause the music too. We're actually streaming. Academy. Yeah, I think this looks good. Follow. Start here. Laura's links. Sweet, I got the thumbs up. That's awesome. Don't want to subscribe to the notifications. I think I already did. Good news is that you don't need a college degree to make a living with art. Awesome. An art school degree can be overwhelmingly expensive, impractical, and even impossible for most people. Guys, I'm going to read the bolds here, and I'm going to share the link so you guys can follow along. Then get to the good stuff, or for me at least. You guys see what you want to learn. You can post your links in the chat, I think. Oh, no, actually, I disabled that, but I will enable chat for those who chat more often. Loyal chatters. I think there's a way to do that. Fortunately, college degree, let's get back into this, isn't the only place to learn from skilled professionals. Okay. I like this music. What is this that's playing today? This is Play It Again. What playlist is this? I just want to call it out for myself. Nico. Okay, Nico, that's cool. All right, so here he's going to give us college degree stuff. So very expensive if you want to go to, accredited school and try to learn something from there and get a degree. That's not the only way to do it, but it does give you structure and critique. So first recognize that it comes from discipline and commitment. So that's what the school is going to give you. But you can also get that from maybe a smaller group, like a teacher to a pupil, or a master to a sensei to a pupil. You get the name. Anyway, so you have to pay the person to do work for you, to critique your work. Otherwise, there's no exchange. Like, what is the other person getting out of it? So you got to make it worth their while, right? So maybe $30 for 2 hours would be sufficient. So here, there's some other ranges that it gives us. If you don't want to do that, you could still get away with the free stuff. You can go through tutorials online or read stuff. Um, a lot of people post infographics. Ruben Laura posted a bunch of items here. You could check out his channel and other people like Proco's channel to learn how to draw anatomy. FZD School to draw concept art. What does it say here? Drawing fundamentals, storyboarding, character and vehicle design, which sounds exciting to me. Yeah, so lots of free stuff. If you want to pay for something, there's Gumroad, right, and other ones, and more subscription-based type of workshops. So see which one fits your liking and just stick with it, and see if you could, if you improve within any of these routes, just let me know. I want to know your story. Share it here, and I'll give you guys a shout out. Okay. So that's the plan with that. Let's see. Okay, so we covered this stuff. Let's go to something that we can consume. I'm doing rock studies right now, and it's kind of, oh, this is bad news, or good news, I don't know. Let's go to YouTube and find something that we can learn from. I'm gonna make the music go away for a bit, and then we can learn more about this. Let's see, rock formation, how to draw rocks. Eventually, I'm gonna move on to trees. I don't know how far or close I am from that, so let's see if we can catch one. One doesn't. I want to find one with commentary, and Event is pretty good with commentary, so maybe we could learn something about watching him draw for a little bit. So he posted this video a couple years ago, so let's just check this out.
Hello, guys, and welcome to this episode on sketching and painting rocks. You know, the type of rocks you see in concept art and those cool paintings that we all love. Painting rocks isn't really that hard because you have a lot of freedom in it, and there's like a lot of a big variety of rocks out there. So it doesn't really matter if you mess up the shapes. As long what matters is that you have something that something that looks like rocks, basically, kind of says itself. So let's get into the tutorial. All right, so before we start painting, let's take a look at some references because we need to know what the rocks look like. It's like that with everything in painting. If you don't know how things look, I mean, if you have a rough idea in your head, that's okay. But you need to sort of analyze things and keep in mind, like, how would you actually paint those things? If you take a look at some natural stuff, how would you actually paint that from the beginning to the end? So let's just take a look at a few different types of rocks here I've gathered. Um, so you see here is a bigger type of rock formation where you have this sort of like probably water has flown here before and wind is very eroded. So you have these long horizontal lines, and then some more here. See these more chunky sort of rocks here with the texture. Notice the texture and try to analyze what makes up this rock. And the same here. What makes up all of these rocks, and the color variation as well is important, and sort of the grain of the rock. Then we have some more here. Some are more like rounded, more like the ones you find close to water, and other types of colors, and you see these cracks in here. How would you paint that? Like, try to think about that. And the lighting, always think of the lighting as well. Like, this is a three-dimensional object, so try to analyze how you would actually paint this as one. And then this is more of a sandstone rock with the same long horizontal lines. So yeah, now that we have a few, references, we can just make a new document or a new canvas. I just did, I think, 3000 by 1500. And what I first do is unlock this thing, double click there, and I never paint on white, so I always take it down a notch. Something like that. And then I do a new layer. Let's do sketch. And let's just sketch out some things, like sketch out some shapes of rocks. Can do a few different ones. Let's do a sort of a regular thing to see. Something like that. And don't worry, like if things aren't that perfect, just get into the habit of sort of sketching. Something like that. Think of the grain. Like I'm thinking right now, this would go. The grains are going something like this. And if I do that, it sort of looks more three-dimensional and bigger. So this would be kind of a big rock, like a human would maybe be something like that. So let's go back to sketching.
Hey guys, we're coming back now. How's everybody? Whoever's still here. Hope you guys didn't jump ship from the rerun from yesterday. I was toying around with the Stream Deck for a second, and I wanted to add a little bit of a browser tweak here, but probably need to work on it a little bit more, where it does more stuff than just toggle the one browser. I think I needed to do a multi-step: toggle the browser and turn off the starting soon thingy, but whatever. Let's turn that off for now till we can get back to it. I know, live streaming, although we never left. Yeah, live streaming. I just had my oatmeal. I feel slightly energized, although I think I'm hungry or cold. I can't decide which one is it. I just realized I left my iPad in the kitchen. I'm gonna go get it as you guys hear my soothing voice. Forgot it. Okay, I got the iPad. It's traveling back to where it needs to be. Right? I still have connection, right? Excellent. So today, probably the first day of the month that I'm back to streaming on a couple other places. Let's go to break for a second. Look at what I'm talking about. So here on the live stream deck for Restream, I'm gonna send my stuff to DLive today and pick Carto. A friend of mine recommended that I do this. Check out DLive instead of some other places. So I'm gonna try and see if that stuff works out. I don't know if DLive is accepting me or not, so we can take a look really quick if there is a live stream there. Let's see. I haven't streamed there yet, so DLive. I heard it's supposed to be a nicer community, but I don't know. Let's see how nice it is. Go to the channel, my channel, and see if it's actually working. I see my bot is sending messages to it. But Restream is not sending anything to it. It says the channel is offline. Huh. That's not good. Oh, off, on. Let's see if that will make it connect. Maybe they banned Restream from sending traffic to it. A shame. I can send manual traffic to it from my stream here, so maybe I should try that. I haven't tried that before. Set up a new output. Oh, I guess I can't do it while it's running. Well, what can you do, right? I think if I had to guess, they're definitely blocking the thing. I did want to live stream to this place. I don't know why they won't let me. Output extensions. Let me see if I can add an extension like that. You guys can't see what I'm talking about, but I'm gonna see if I can find it. Mouse is gone. Mouse, wake up, please. Let's see, output. And we're gonna choose DLive. See if it's available. No, it's not. Live stream, okay, that's no problem. I guess the only way to do it right now is through OBS. But I don't use OBS because my computer is crap. So it's funny that the chat works, but the stream doesn't go. Although Restream advertises themselves as that you could send it to multiple places. Odd. Remove channel. Able to connect and connect. Toggle channels. Not even sure what that was. Alright, let's go to live stream. Let's not worry about this and let's get drawing. Little disappointments here and there that you go through. I'm gonna have to report back to my friend that I can't stream to DLive. Oh, they're probably having some issue with Restream. Anyway, the art diet rock formation thing. The rock formation thing is what I'm working on. What is your thing that you're working on? Your topic? Right? Oh, my stream crashed. Stay with it. Anyway, lots of people wanted to learn to be good artists, but been discouraged by the lack of time, money, or focus. I think for me it's time and focus, so I need to do more of that. And the way I'm hacking it is using this diet plan. Okay, so if that is the problem, then let's find out how we can do this together, right? So what does it say here? Once you understand these 4 things, pick a discipline what you want to learn. You want to focus on anatomy, dedicate a few hours on this for a few sessions. So Ruben is the author of this diet thing, and he gave us 4 things to focus on and 4 ways to 5 ways or 7 ways, because we have a week, to organize it on the calendar schedule. And some days you don't have time, so you just put that in the calendar here, calendar week. Just looking at the perspective and anatomy. So yeah, once you do all of this stuff, you could come back to it. That's where he says stop throwing away your drawings and see your progress that you made over time. So I already posted the link in the description, so it should be cooking away. Still kind of weirded out that that thing is not working. Oh well. And no, it's not weirded out, it's bothering me that DLive is not working. But I'm trying to focus on the art here. Alright, let's go. Duplication, let's read the caption together. This is all about learning to observe accurately. There are 4 important tools to help you not only observe, but also self-correct. So let's go into the learn how. While we're waiting, yesterday I was working on the carrots. What the heck are carrots? Have to do with any of this? I'm working on the overlay for my channel. I want to upgrade what you guys see besides my camera down there and the browser artist break. I want to change the way it looks completely, so I've been slowly working on that. Okay, the page finally loaded. Duplication, that's what I'm doing today from my calendar. What are you guys doing today, huh? Duplication is the ability to accurately draw what you see. Drawing accurately is not something you're born with. Let's link you guys just in case someone joins and I need to copy this. Drawing accurately. It is a skill like any other that needs the right tools and guidance. Try forgetting about learning to draw accurately and focus on learning to observe accurately. So that's what duplication is about. Oh, I'm already tired. Oh man. Plumb lines, angles, distances, and negative shapes. Okay. What are plumb lines? That's the first tool we're going to learn how to use to observe accurately. Plumb lines are what builders have used for centuries to make sure elements line up vertically with each other. Perfectly vertical or plumb line. Okay, how do we do it? Identify, oh my god, yawn, okay. Identify 2 things in your source material that line up with each other. Okay. Next, draw on your drawing, draw a single line, draw a single straight line. Okay. So let's zoom in on this and check it out. Okay, draw a single straight line. Okay, so let's see. The fingers line up with the knee. The shoulder lines up with the hip area. Another elbow to the knee area. And then we have this horizontal lines, because you don't only have plumb vertical, you also have horizontal lines here too. So your hip to your foot. And these 2 things line up too. The knee to the knee. So you guys go pick your topic that you want to focus on. So let's go to something that we could get some material from. I normally go to Pinterest so I can start focusing on some rock formations. Let's see if we can go there and find the channel that I'm on. There we go. I'm sharing the link to you guys. I gotta turn that off. It's gonna keep asking me about this. So let's find a set of rocks that we want to practice. Let's see. What is a good set? This is a good set of rocks. There's a whole bunch of them stacked up together. Let's save this out and use this in our picture. Alright, save image as rocks. I don't know, it just looks like a zoomed in piece of rock stuff, so just gonna call it that. Let's go to active view so we can start drawing. Oh, I didn't fill any of this out. Let's fill this out first. This is release the bunnies. Ba-dum-bum. Another to-do list item. I wanna maybe change this template a little bit to snazz it up. What is this? Duplication. Ugh. Duplication of rock formation. And date 1/5. Happy New Year 21. Man. I feel like a sinking battleship right now. Need to wake up. So I recently adjusted this template a little bit. I added 3 new folders, so I don't have to keep creating this. I've just been creating this stuff all the time. Okay, I think I need to load the image. I thought I had it in the clipboard. Okay, here we are. Use this as a smart object for now. That's what it's called. Let's load it up in the subview. Stare at it in case we make a mistake. Man, it's cold today. I have the heater on, but I still feel cold. Alright, so for us to keep going, let's save our work. This is under diet. You guys can't see this. Just saving it in somewhere. In a secret location. So once that's done, we can move on to the next big step. Which is removing the gray colors off of this thing so we could focus better. Otherwise it's hard to do rock formations when you have so much color on this. So to do that, let's click on this image and strip away the values of other than blacks and grays. Let's see if maybe make it a little brighter so we could see it, or darker. Darker. If I had a lot of time, I'll probably duplicate this image to the right hand side, and it will not look like anything that we're working on. Guys, so if you're working not digitally, you probably want to use a printer or a light table to put it underneath your image, the light, so you can the image pop out, so you could draw on top of it and plan out your plumb lines. This is what our parents tell us to do to get better at art. Really practice the stuff. Wow, I'm cold. I'm getting a thing over my head. I'm cold and sleepy. This is the worst combination ever. Let me get my teddy bear and bundle up. Like a queen now. Queen V. Yeah. Let's warm up. Cold breeze coming at us somewhere. My windows are closed, but I'm freezing. That makes no sense. Okay. I still don't have my mud drink. I need to get my mud drink. But I can't do it until I finish streaming. Or some sort of hot water. Alright. So now let's do the plumb lines, the thing that we just learned about. I'm going to be drawing digitally. You guys draw with whatever you feel comfortable with drawing. So let's see how we do this. I'm going to be on the bamboo. It's just a Wacom thing. Okay. plumb lines. Are we in the right place? Yeah. We won't be able to see this actually. Let's get another color here. Drag these colors at the top so I can have access to them. Just some RGBA color, red, blue, and green. Right, anyway. So plumb lines, let's find some things that line up with each other. Like this crack here. This crack. And they should be perfectly vertical. So don't cheat. What does this top of this rock line up with? What else is up? I just have to finish yawning and then we'll come back. Let's just take a nap and then come back. Maybe I'll just run the rerun from yesterday. Alright, here's another plumb line. My videos just stop. I have a little iPad that's running here and it's supposed to be telling me that everything is good. You can never tell with this thing. Out to get me. Where's this going? Where does this even line up with? What important rock does this line up with? This. Where else we can go? Thank you. I got an egg. Awesome. Maybe I should go back to Artist Break again and we'll watch the other rerun. Line up with. Lines up with kind of this area here. Okay, that's nice. Very nice. Lines up with the start of this crack here. To focus on the cracks V. Let's find some big parts. When the start lines up with start of this side and middle of this thing. Okay, I just scared myself. I don't even know if I had my sound on. Crickets here, man. Rocks are so boring. I have to try to make it exciting for you guys. Does line up with this. Start of this rock. I want to get the what's doing here. Still no mud drink. Okay, what else? This bridge lines up with this one, but it's just a straight, so there's nothing interesting here. There, but I want to do that, but that's not right. Gonna help us later with a scaffold, and if you guys seen a silhouette, it's just like understanding how to build this image. This is why this is so important, because you won't be able to build this thing if you don't know where things start and end. So maybe focusing on this one. focus on a couple big rocks. Like we're here and then here. Where does this line up with? Such as the top part of this rock, and this lines up here. Just identifying landscapes or landmarks. So this rock, I want to figure out what it's doing, what it's touching. Back here. Okay, what else? The rock here. Putting on another pair of glasses to figure this out. Here. Okay, how high is this from here to here? What does it touch? Touches this bottom part here. There's a set of rocks that are traveling from left to right. This just touches this crack here. There's another piece here, but we don't have to see it now. So we could just ignore parts of it like as if it's not there. Big rock. Where does it start? See, there's a starting point here. Break here, but this is one whole piece. Okay, good. And then it ends all the way to infinity on the left. Other important things? Guess not. Let's move on to the next piece. How do we do that? Let's go back to break. Go back to browser so we can check the next thing here. Angles. Have a little bit of this egg as I go through this. Angles are exactly the same as plumb lines, but they're at an angle. Okay. Learning to estimate angles is hard at first, but you will quickly get better with time. Angles have two key observables aspects, a direction and a relationship to a plumb line, which creates a triangular shaped corner. Okay. Accurately estimating these two traits will give you a right angle. Excellent. Zoom in on this. On your source material, identify an angled line that describes the edge of a form. Try to notice how the angled line relates to the existing plumb line. Okay. If needed, identify new plumb lines to help understand its location and direction. On your drawing, sorry, I'm eating. Hope you guys don't mind. On your drawing, try your best to draw a corresponding line that matches the angle and position of the line on your source material. Okay. Okay. So let's examine this Soccer again and see what we can come up with. Hope you guys could see the mouse. So remember before we had an angle discussion a second ago, but what about this plumb line here that stretches from the top all the way down to the bottom? So we know that there is one on her shoulder. We know that there's also one from her elbow to her knee. So there is a line that touches the edge of the form, and it cuts down right on the silhouette or right on the frame of her hand and touches her fingers. That's exciting. That's what a plumb line is. That's starting to describe our form more. Here's another one. On her knee, there is a plumb line that goes from her finger, thumb, to her knee. Excellent. So now we need to connect that to the other part of it, which is her foot. So you could just draw on top of that area to create this angled shape. We could do the same thing in our rock study. Layer. What I like to do is merge these together and make it into a set. So I duplicate this, combine it. Call this one. This is work stuff. Like a step for you guys to break it down. A new layer here, and this is our numbers that we're going to use a lot. Because concept artists, when they show their work, they need to reference things, and sometimes it's not clear what it is. So they say, what is that thing over there? So instead of that, you could just say, what is that number one, right? And then both of you know what it is. So you save each other some frustrating embarrassment. Yep. Okay, so now we're back here. Did this step, so let's make another layer on top of this. Yeah, hungry, I'm gonna get some more food. So let's make this less. Color this time, maybe blue. Okay, now we have the blue running. Find some angles that relate to our plumb lines. It's like in the soccer player. So let's do some doodles. Make sure we're in the right place. Okay, so let's see, how can we do this? Edge here. So that helps us out a little bit. There's an edge here that cuts from here to here. That's why we did these two lines, so we could describe this one. So I strategically started placing these. There's one here too. And you want these to be as straight as possible, otherwise it's can't tell if this is an angle or a plumb line. Other ones. Yeah, there's one right here. Right? Right here. Okay, we may need to identify more because I'm not seeing too many. Here's one right here. Okay. Could identify one for you. And maybe for you too. So let's go back to the other point. Grab our red color again. Probably need a history tool. Where's my colors stuff? Colors. Color history. now I could just keep going with this. Oh. So this one, where does it, what landmark does it touch that we could find sort of important? This crack here. Let's make this smaller. Right, so now we could connect the two, and this touches the crack. Identify this rock a bit more. You could say that these are level. So then this is more like this. What else can we do here? There's something going on here, but how do I say that this is that kind of thing? It's important because it touches that space. Here's the top of this rock. Top of this rock is here. Not fully there, and then what's the top of this rock, which is see, there's a lot of possibilities that it goes to. Middle of this one rock here. So now we have to identify this rock. What is the top of this one or the bottom of it? So the bottom of it is such as, try to make it even here. How high does this go? Or is this part of this rock? Yeah, it could be like we could stop it here. Line up whatever this is. All this outcrop of stuff. But you could just make this one huge shape. That's straight. Right, so now we have this thing. There's pretty much no top for this one, it just keeps going, but you can cut it here. Where does this end? Like in the middle of the U of this thing here. Starting to warm up, that's good. Okay, so let's switch to the blues now. So this is us just identifying more points. Thumbs here, so there's an angle. We also have an angle here. There's just a straight here, not an angle. I made this line smaller because these are more inward spots. Message my counterpart to get me some water. First I'll see how she's doing. Going. So straight down, yeah. If any of these could work. I identified a bunch of them, but I don't. There's an outcrop here, but it just tells me that it's there. There's nothing that I could use. Okay, let's keep going then. I don't know. Can't find anything. Maybe I'll see it later, because you don't have to figure it all out in one shot now. Let's go back to break mode. At the browser. Distances. Comparing distances between elements help us maintain correct proportions. Source material, take note of a specific measurement. Unit of measurement for other parts of the drawing. On your drawing, make and compare corresponding measurements. Okay. Example, you might note that the length of another equals 1.5 heads or 3 heads. On your drawing, make and compare corresponding measurements. Alright, I need to get water. I can feel my throat losing effectiveness here. Let's see. Alright. I'm back. One head and right, so we have this soccer lady here, and we need to try to implement this on our rocks. So we need to find something that we could divide everything into. So what does it say here? For example, you might note that the length of another form equals 1.5 heads, 3 heads. On your drawing, make and compare corresponding measurements as you lay in your shapes. Okay, one head goes into her knee twice. One head is like her shoe. Okay, let's see if we could do the same thing for the rocks. 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 Here, after we merge all this jazz together, copy paste. This is concept. bad it doesn't tell you that it's lined up. I think that's a Photoshop trick. Now we make a new layer. Who's calling me? FaceTime? No. Someone's trying to FaceTime me from my work phone? No, thank you. Okay, so let's hide this stuff. I should probably label this plums. This is angles. And now we're up to distances. Excellent. So let's move all this stuff into the work folder. Not exposed to everything at once. Alright, distances. So here, now we have the picture on its own without any distraction. But we do need another color, so let's do our distances with something else. Yep. Alright, let's see how we could do this. We need to find a rock that we could divide into everything. Good rock. Something contrasty too, or something that's kind of similar to all of the heights of everything here. So one here. Take this one and divide it up into everything. So I'd like to use my pencil for this. Wow, it's so cold. Oh, I know why it's cold. I have to close that door. There's a door in another room here. Taking all of the cold air and putting it on me. Okay. So now we take this thing and we measure what we're doing. So let me. So you can look at my camera for a second. I'm gonna take this pencil and I'm just gonna divide how many times, maybe the height of the full image, maybe the height of this rock, just to see if it's the same, and it is. So we're just gonna do like things like that. So like for example, from here to the top, if we want to treat this as one shape, just say 1, 2, 2, and almost 3. So we're gonna work through this together and see how we could build this. This is gonna help you with proportions, so you can build these images out yourself. So let's see. This thing, close one eyeball, and start measuring. Identifying how these shapes work. So we're gonna do this big rock here, 1. So 1 set ends here. How correct we are. Chalk green, that's perfect. Next one is right at this mark. But it's okay. So because this doesn't fit, I'm gonna indicate it like this without a top. This is 1, 2. And like I think 80% of this one. Write it down like an architect and then figure out where to go from here. Okay, nice. Now what do I do? try to find another one that I want to deem important. So maybe that one up there. Let's see. I think I identified it as being the same height. No, I'm seeing that it's not the same height. Pretty much 1 and a little bit. Check. About 20% after that. Maybe I'll just divide it up like this. 4 equals 4, like the whole thing, and 80% is 3 blocks. Yeah, just work out a system for yourself. You know, I'm just coming up with this as I go. That, fake it till you make it. See? Use those circles to make it cuter or something, like little bubbles. Okay. Or kind of create a visual for yourself. And this is all 4. I'm gonna keep this one as a solid. No, actually I'm not. I'm gonna, yeah, leave it as a solid so I know. Okay, and let's find another one, like this one down here. So it looks like it's bottom here. I think that's a little off. About half for the top. So here I'm just gonna do 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 4, right? So 1.5. So there, symbolism will help speed it up for you. Getting some more water. Okay, cool. Another one. Something else that's important. There's a lot of cluster here. If I had to guess, this is half of this. Let's check. Because it repeats, so it's pretty consistent. Yeah, it's half. So I'm gonna do this base as 2. And I'm going to indicate with a flat to say that this is the start of it. Okay, that's great. Now what? At 1,000 bunnies, that's what. Alright. Da, 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 da. Let's do this one. There's a huge rock here. I could have probably identified some stuff here. Goes up to this point. Extend this line a bit more outward. Let's see if we're correct. Yep, wow, right on the dot. And then how much more do we have left? 2. Okay, so let's just do 2. This is 1.5. Like, at this point, it's whatever the error of our circles is, but at least we have the general height of this. So, like, then you could dig in more into the details after that. So, building up the foundation. Okay, what else? What about that one above it? How high is it? One. One hole. Okay, excellent. So draw a line here. One. This is one. Else that looks interesting. I think this is half. I had to guess. Back an existing one and just measure it. Anything else? Check how much the shadow is. This looks very important because it's like the biggest shadow on the whole picture. See how big it is. Mouth. I think it's about 2. And how much of this one do we get from the top? Half? Yeah, I was right on that. 1. About the same size. So there. This is 1.5. Same, that's interesting. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. Great. And I think the bottom part of that one is half, if I had to guess. Yep. Exactly like the one on the top of that shadow. Just half, like just like this one. Guess I'll indicate with both, with just one. Anybody else I want to do? I want to maybe do this one as a separate rock, just in case I change my mind how I want to draw it, if I ever come back to this. So let's see. One and yeah, so that doesn't really need to be done. Actually, I could see it here. You could just see it here that it's 1 and a little bit, maybe 1 and a quarter. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, I think we have enough measurements, enough distances. You know what we don't have is left to right. Like if I wanted to see how long one of these rocks is, I wouldn't be able to do that. Let's do a few of those actually. Like the big ones at least. So you just take your pen and just do that. So 1. This is 1 hole. About 3. 1. And this is the 4. I'm not gonna draw these because there's no room. Like, I don't want to overlay it over the top. Is this the same down here? I'm gonna take that bottom piece and check it out. Yeah, so this is the same. Estimate. 1. Plus. It's around 3 still. Oh, less. Wow. Original one. Maybe the other one is off. It's 2 actually. It is 2. This is wrong. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So now we have this as a measurement. We could use this as a measurement. Like, we can grab these and see if it's kind of similar. Probably don't need all of them, but yeah, see, like the bottom part opens up that much. They're weird big shapes that we need. So you just compare and see what you're missing. It's okay, so 9:45, almost time for work. Back to the regular stuff soon. Cool. Let's go to the next part of this. How do we do that? Let's go to break view. Browser. Browser view. Refreshing my thing here just to check why is it still not able to connect. So tempting to just search like, why is DLive not working? Why? Does anyone know why? Okay, negative shapes. Let's do that next. Negative shapes are the spaces outside of the main silhouettes. Learning to see negative shapes is like putting on another pair of glasses that immediately identifies mistakes in proportion and accuracy. Here's how to use it. On your source material, try to ignore the forms of the main subject and actively look at the shapes that make up the surrounding areas. Okay. On your drawing, use the 3 previous tools: plums, angles, and distances to draw and adjust the negative shapes. Switching between drawing the positive and negative shapes will result in an accurate drawing. Okay. So let's see. There was a plumb line here. Button's trying to FaceTime me again. Finally got my mud drink. It's only 6 hours late. Okay. Yeah, so there's a negative shape here because there's a plumb line here. There's an angle here, and when these two connect, we get a negative shape. And all we're missing is just this line, which you just draw in yourself. So tired. Guppy. Somebody splashes a bucket of cold water on me. Maybe I'll wake up. Let's keep going. Alright, so we did our distances. Let's save this thing out and use it as a concept. Another thing to work with. And we'll do the same thing with the negative shapes. Let's put it over. Out of room, people. Drop it into what is this, number 3? Drop it into the concepts folder. These are not really concepts, these are just steps. Nice 3V. Okay. Let's make a new layer and practice our negative stuff. And let's name this negs. Enable the other ones, the other 3. Fade them out because it's hard to see when things are so lit. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna zero in on the ones that are important to us, and it's usually the ones that bring out the shapes. Color, what color should I use? Work? Yep, works great. It's out of time, but we're definitely gonna get a silhouette out of this. Alright, let's see, negative shapes are the outsides. Maybe I'll focus on the shadows to do the negative shapes here. This looks like a giant negative shape. Which we got here. We have all of this stuff here, so it's perfect for almost perfect sort of connect here. Alright, so let's see what else we got here. This needs one here, the shadow. Work in the shadows. Next time I'll know to do that. Focused on this one, so there's a negative shape here. No angle here. Well, there is an angle here. That. Kind of did this one. There is a something here. I think there is, because there's a plumb line going down, so it definitely works out here. There is no angle here. I never identified one. Do it. I think there's one here actually, because it touches the plumb line. So let's select the stuff. Go to our history. There, so now you have an angle to work with. Other angles to work with. We have to piggyback off the plumb lines to do this. The thing is, there's no other plumb line to go. Plumb line is... yeah, here, we'll do one for you, actually. Plumb line is the middle of this. Where does this end? Kind of questions is building up our context. Again. Plumb lines that connect. Same angle. This goes out to infinity, so I don't care. Kind of at an angle. Now we can go back to our negs and pick our orangey color. Right? How did that happen? Excellent. What about this one? To do that one, let's go to red again. I should just save these colors and use them. Probably do that next time. There's a plumb line here, because it starts this shape. About this, where does this go? This goes to... start of this crack here. I'm sure you could do that, right? There's a crack here. So there, we identified this zone, angle, and then it goes through all of these really, and it actually hits the middle of this one. So I don't know if you could use middle. Like, I don't have access to Ruben Lore to tell me that I'm doing this wrong. Alright, let's go to angles. Okay, so and now let's go to the negs and just work out this space. I know this is a negative shape anyway, without doing all this stuff, but for the negs. Save this and make a transformation here. This is all using all of them together now. So take our reference and our work, copy it, copy, there, we just did our 4 steps. Sucks. 3 was done on the same layer. Okay, so let's try not to do that. I'm out of time, guys. I have to go to work now. So So I gotta shut this down. Alright, let's go to me view. So let's just do a few announcements and things. But we are done, which is good. So what's the sound for completion? So we created a nice silhouette for ourselves of all the stuff that we can use to build out our drawing if we were actually going to continue it, if we had more time. So this is how we observe accurately and try to understand the shapes more intimately. So now that we're done with this, we could talk about what's upcoming next for the next few days. For Wednesday, I will be hosting Imaginative Illustrators with I think Michael, who's going to be our main host. And this is a prompt-based meetup called Imaginative Illustrators of NYC. We meet every Wednesday and Saturday, so if you guys want to join that, there is a link in the About page, and I should probably link it also in the chat. Here it is for you. Cool. I think that's it. And then we'll meet back for the diet stuff on Thursday with tracing, another fun thing. So yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 8:30. Sorry, not 8:30. On Thursday is 8:30, but tomorrow will be at 6:30. Okay, that is the plan. So let me jump out of here. I'm gonna turn the music down and take us out.